This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
INEC's continuous voter registration is still ongoing. If you've not signed up yet, this is a good time to do it, to get ready to vote. On the news this hour, former President Jonathan departs Guinea-Bissau amid safety concern. Police IG confirms withdrawing over 11,000 police personnel from VIPs. Gunmen attack convoy of former governor of Anambra State. Stakeholder expresses worry over poor work relationship between Governor Fubara and state lawmakers. On the foreign scene, Russian president vows to fight on until Ukraine cedes land. I'm Sam Chinedu, and the news continues after the break. Welcome back. Former President Goodluck Jonathan has left Guinea-Bissau following recent political developments in the West African nation. Recall that the former president, along with other ECOWAS election observers, were trapped following the coup in Guinea-Bissau. His spokesperson, Kimiebi Ebenfa, who confirmed the development in a statement, said Jonathan departed the country aboard a special flight. Ebenfa said the former president left alongside members of his delegation, including senior diplomat Ibn Chambers. The Senate has commenced the process of amending the nation's Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. The lawmakers passed the amendment bill after first reading during plenary on Thursday. The bill, sponsored by the Senate leader Okpeyemi Bamidele, followed resolutions reached after a heated debate on national insecurity. The introduction of the amendment bill is expected to commence the process of altering the legal framework to impose harsher penalties on kidnappers amid rising security concerns across the country. Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun says a total of 11,566 personnel withdrawn from VIP duties have been redeployed. IGP Egbetokun said this while addressing journalists on the recent directive of the president to withdraw policemen attached to VIPs. The IGP explained that the withdrawal will enable the police to expand manpower deployment for rural and township security, large-scale population protection, intensified patrols, intelligence-led operations, and rapid response to emerging threats. He said the decision to recall officers from VIP security duties was not driven by sentiment, but by the urgent need to channel manpower to areas where public safety demands are highest. Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang says about 420 communities were attacked, with nearly 12,000 lives lost and countless livelihoods destroyed between 2001 and May 2025. Governor Mutfwang said this on Thursday while declaring open the North Central Zonal Public Hearing on National Security, organized by the Senate Ad Hoc Committee tagged National Security Summit in Jos. The governor, who was represented by the deputy governor of the state, Mrs. Josephine Pio, called on Nigerians to stop pointing fingers or comparing who has lost more lives across religious or ethnic divides. And I will take it to the southeast, where gunmen have attacked the convoy of former governor of Anambra State, Dr. Chris Ngie, along the Nkpo-Nobi Road in Idemili North local government area, leaving one person dead and several others injured. Reports say the assailants, dressed in police and military uniforms, opened fire on the pilot vehicle, killing a policeman and cutting away his rifle and uniform. A woman who was reportedly recording the incident with her mobile phone was also shot dead on the spot. A shop owner who rushed out to observe what was happening was hit by bullets and sustained severe injuries. Dr. Ngige was not in the convoy at the time of the attack. In a statement, Ngige's former press secretary, Mr. Fred Chukwuelobe, confirmed the incident. The Anambra State Police Command has yet to issue an official statement on the incident. A lawyer, Professor Richard Nwokocha, says the United Kingdom's rejection of Nigeria's request to extradite former Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu to Nigeria to complete his jail term in the country highlights a lack of confidence in Nigeria's commitment to the administrators. Professor Nwokocha, a lecturer in the Department of Public Law at Rivers State University, told correspondent Emeka Otuka that ordinarily, when one nation makes such a request, the other is expected to oblige. He noted that Nigeria's reputation, particularly regarding its adherence to the rule of law, may have influenced the decision.
Basically, where such transaction happens, as it has happened, it shows lack of confidence in your commitment to justice or administration of justice. Ordinarily, it will be expected that when a nation makes such request, the other nation, barring anything, should be able to agree. After all, it's for him to continue with serving. But you will know that our reputation as a nation has gone down terribly in the Committee of Nations. Our perceived image as a corrupt country has very little rivalry.
He added that the UK's position does not breach its bilateral relations with the Nigerian government.
There may be existing relationships that will justify such action, which in the first place is why the request is made. But every request is always subject to response, satisfaction of the party and the terms, and his confidence that can serve the purpose that he needs to serve. Because of a nation, they have a responsibility to ensure that the man pays for the crime for which he has been sentenced. If you are offering to help me do it, I need to look at you, look at your records, and look at your commitment to such things before I make a response. So they are in order as a nation. It's part of their sovereignty to decide.
In other news, human rights lawyer Chitam Thierry-Wala says Governor Siminalayi Fubara and the Rivers State House of Assembly are still not working in harmony in the overall interests of the state. Thierry-Wala made the observation in an interview with our correspondent while commenting on what he described as the absence of genuine peace in Rivers State. He warned that the lingering political tension has continued to have negative implications for governance and development in the state.
Anybody who deludes himself to the fact that there is genuine peace in Rivers State must actually be suffering from an ailment, because there's not genuine peace in Rivers State. We only saw somebody being handed down instructions, and so you can't say there is genuine peace between the assembly members and the governor. Else, you would have seen them work so much in synergy like they were working before. Of course, that is not happening. The governor will put up an event, the speaker will not show up. Of course, the House of Assembly, and they will do their things, and the governor is also not part of whatever they are doing and all that. They only have an agreement on how to share money and how to share positions.
The legal practitioner also spoke on why he thinks Governor Fubara may be unable to constitute a full state executive council.
We have waited for the list of commissioners. Up till now, there's nothing to that particular effect. And you said they are both working together because they have not agreed on who will be what within the state. Because the absolute minister has given him persons who should not be part of the government. Now, what is the type of peace we're talking about? We're only just deluding ourselves. There's no peace in this state. We all know that one. Why we are blaming the FCT minister, or we are also calling that in regards to this particular issue, is that the FCT minister we here have also given instruction that certain persons should not be part of the administration of the governor.
We'll take a break. When we return, we talk about the alleged harassment of a Port Harcourt woman by her landlord. Stay tuned. A Port Harcourt woman, Mrs. Gladys Opoda Isokariari, has accused her landlord, Mr. Deniye Okoko, of harassment and unlawful intimidation, alleging that her husband was detained twice over a property dispute. Mrs. Gladys told our correspondent that her husband rented a 2-plot open space for 2 years, but less than 6 months into the tenancy, the landlord allegedly sold the property. She claimed that the same lawyer who drafted their agreement later handled the sale and issued them a 7-day notice to vacate the land. She alleged that when her husband contacted another lawyer to intervene, Mr. Okoko petitioned the police accusing him of kidnapping, an allegation that led to his arrest and 10-day detention.
There are people that is intimidating my husband. Someone called Mr. Deni Okoko. My husband rented empty space of land from him for 2 years. So after renting it, it was 6 months thereabouts, the man sold off the place. The very lawyer that made the agreement between the Deni Okoko and my Mr. Opoda Isukarare was the same lawyer that went to sell the place. Then after 2 weeks again, before the first allegation is my husband that he was threatening to kidnap him. Then the police came to pick him. They picked him up, detained him for 10 days. Somebody came and there to bail him out.
According to her, although he was released on bail with the help of a retired police officer, he was rearrested after he posted his grievances online. Mrs. Gladys further alleged that even after a court gave them permission to reopen their shop, soldiers were brought in to seal the premises with a welding machine. She's calling on the government and security agencies to hear both sides and take first steps to resolve the matter.
So the court, when we met them, they said we should go. They are giving us the permission to go and break in and do our business. So we went again yesterday to break. Before we know, they came to seal it up with a welding machine. They came and bring with the army, chase everybody off. My call to them is that they should hear from the both parties and do the right thing and try to settle this matter for us to know who is at fault and who is not at fault. Because somebody cannot say I paid for a rent and I have not finished paying my rent. At the end of the day, you are pushing me out.
When Nigeria Info FM contacted Okoko to respond to the allegations, he declined to answer and said the court will make the final decision. The Vice Chancellor of Madonna University, Professor Kasmir Uchenna Anyanwu, has urged the 1,800 students who would be convocating during the institution's 23rd convocation ceremony to uphold the high disciplinary standard instilled in them. Addressing journalists at Madonna Conference Hall, Professor Uchenna Anyanwu stressed that the need for the graduates to step out with confidence and rule the Labour Party. He added that 120 students finished with first class, with the overall students sitting on a record 4.91 CGPA on a 5-point scale.
We are celebrating a university that has made some quantum leaps and has come to occupy a pride of place in the community of universities. We are celebrating a university that has had untruncated academic calendar for 26 years running. For the graduates, you have been well armed. Go out into the world, conquer the world, step out with confidence. We have success stories about our students out there, both nationally and internationally. They've made waves, they are breaking barriers.
In Osita, listed key notable infrastructural achievements in the Citadel, including the newly completed 60,000 capacity convocation arena, 8,000 capacity multipurpose innovation hall, 250 computers at the ICT building for CBT exams, 120 room guest building, 250 room postgraduate hostel, remodeling of virtual classroom, and other buildings across its satellite campuses.
The Multipurpose and Innovation Hub is a 3-in-1 multipurpose building that houses an international conference hall, 8,000 capacity, and down you will see a beautiful innovation section of the building that is housing over 250 computers for our CBT examinations. We have also completed the remodeling of the virtual classroom in our College of Medicine.
Correspondent Namdewala reports that Madonna University prides itself as the only university in sub-Saharan Africa that holds membership in the International Federation of Catholic Universities, IFECU, with the DVC administration recently elected into the board of IFECU. The Victor Atta Airport in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, has been upgraded to international status. The announcement was made on Thursday in Abuja by the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, during a meeting with Akwa Ibom State Governor Umo Eno. Keyamo explained that the airport was originally constructed to meet international standards and that his recent assessments confirmed it is ready for the new designation. He said a stakeholders committee made up of aviation agencies will be set up to guard the process, with the ministry's permanent secretary, Dr. Yakubu Adam Kofamata, serving as chairman. Governor Umar Eno said the upgrade will support the state's plan for a cargo terminal and an aviation village that will provide housing for aviation workers. The news continues after the break. Russian President Vladimir Putin says he would end his Ukraine offensive if Kyiv withdrew from territory Moscow claims as its own. Otherwise, his army would take it by force. Speaking during a visit to Kyrgyzstan, President Putin said if Ukrainian forces leave the territories they hold, then he will stop combat operations. If they don't, they will achieve it by military means. The Russian army has been slowly but steadily grinding through eastern Ukraine in costly battles against outnumbered and outgunned Ukrainian forces. Russia controls around 1/5 of Ukraine's territory. The issue of occupied land, which Kyiv has said it will never cede, is among the biggest stumbling blocks in the peace process. And the news this evening, you heard former President Goodluck Jonathan has finally left Guinea-Bissau after he was reportedly trapped in the country. Police IG Egbetoku says the over 11,000 police personnel have already been withdrawn from VIP in compliance to the directive of the president. Gunmen have attacked the convoy of former governor of Anambra State, Chris Ngige. A stakeholder in Rivers State has expressed worry over the poor work relationship between Governor Fubara and state lawmakers. On the foreign scene, Russian President Vladimir Putin has vowed to fight on until Ukraine cedes land. The news was edited by Onyeka Chinwosu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I'm Sam Chinedu. Thanks for listening.